Hey everybody, George here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full in-depth review on my PRS CE24. Now this guitar is super important to me because I bought it back in February and I did my first YouTube video ever on it. It was more of a first impressions. We're going to go much more in depth today. If you want to check that video out later, the link will be in my description below. But for now, let's have a listen to this guitar. Sounds pretty great, right? That was all played on the PRS's bridge pickup. Now let's take a closer look at the specs. It has a mahogany body with a beautiful maple top. That color is Trampus green, and I think they actually recently discontinued it when I checked PRS's website. The pickups are 8515 pickups. They were developed by PRS in 2015, and they're based on their first pickup that they released in 1985, hence 8515. The neck is a bolt-on maple neck, and it has a rosewood fretboard with their signature bird inlays. The neck scale is 25 inches, so it sits right between where a Fender and a Gibson would be. This PRS model is a great compromise between the two, especially with a bolt-on neck. To quote PRS's website, this guitar offers players PRS design and quality with the added snap and sparkle of traditional bolt-on guitars. This can be made even more evident with the push-pull on the tone knob. This guitar has one volume and one tone knob, and the tone knob acts as a coil split. So when you pull it out, you split the humbuckers into single coils. So it sounds good, but how does it feel? If you've ever played a PRS, you know they're consistent and they always feel good. Mine weighs in at just around 7.5 pounds, and it has a really comfortable body shape and neck profile. They call it the pattern thin neck, which they call their pattern thin neck. It's got a buttery smooth satin finish on the back of the neck, which I love. I wish more companies would do that. The gloss is kind of like, sticky. I'd describe it as thin and fast playing. The fretboard is a little bit narrower than a Gibson, and the back of the guitar is not as girthy as most Fenders. So again, right in the middle, kind of that sweet spot. And again, I'm constantly talking about Fender and Gibson because those are the two biggest guitar brands, and I think PRS's whole thing was kind of like finding a middle ground between those two when they came out. So I think they're doing, what they kind of set out to do. And most people play Fenders and Gibsons, let's be real. The hardware is some of the best that you're gonna find in a stock guitar as well. It comes with locking tuners, which work really well, and you can really go at it on the tremolo and you're not gonna knock this thing out of tune. And speaking of their tremolo, yeah, they have their own tremolo. It's called the patented molded tremolo system. Works great, super easy to use. It makes me never wanna fuss with a Floyd Rose again. You don't need to. I mean, the way that I have mine set up, I don't know if you can set it up to kind of pitch upwards. It only pitches down, but I don't really need that. But it works super well otherwise. I bought it with 9s, and I usually keep 10s on my guitars, all of them, but it plays so well with 9s that I can't justify taking them off. So I put them back on. I wanna talk about why I chose the PRS CE24 and where it falls in PRS's line of guitars. In 1988, Paul Reed Smith introduced their more affordable bolt-on series called the Classic Electric, or CE models. That was discontinued in 2009. In 2016, which this model is a 2016, the line was put back into production. The original models, however, definitely cut more corners aesthetically to bring down the price. Today, the CE24s are much more aesthetically comparable to the custom 24s. They're higher end, they're highest end, I should say, guitars. Both are fully made in PRS's US factory in Stevensville, Maryland. They use all-American components and electronics. The only real visual compromise is it has a shallower top, and they're not using, the top of the line flame maple tops for these that they do on the custom 24s. Also, it's got a bolt-on neck, but if you're like me who prefers a bolt-on neck, then that's a plus, not a minus. So I always recommend buying this type of guitar used if you can. You save a lot of money. I bought mine off Reverb and I couldn't be happier. In my first video, one of the only gripes I've had is that it didn't come with a hard case. But after having it this year and going to various, well, there weren't too many because of the pandemic, but rehearsals and gigs, this gig bag actually worked really well. It's very well made. It has this great thing, I can hang it in my closet. So I have tons of hard cases, and when it's not away in a case, it's hanging right there. So it actually doesn't turn out to be as big as a minus as I thought. Let me know what you guys think of this PRS in the comments below. My first video got tons of great comments. I love to interact with you guys, so hope to see you in the comment section. Actually, answer me this. If you were to get a new PRS today, what color would you get it in? They're known for their crazy colors. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you can, go down and leave me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I put out a lot of guitar and music related content, so be on the lookout for that. Till next time, see ya.